The magic faraway tree. Chapter 1. How they found the magic wood. There were once 3 children called Jo, Beth and Frannie. All their lives they had lived in a town, but now their father had a job in the country, so they were all to move as soon as they possibly could. What fun to be in the country, said Jo. I shall learn all about animals and birds. And I shall pick as many flowers as I want to, said Beth. And I shall have a garden of my own, said Frannie. When the day came for the move, all the children were excited. A small van came to their door, and 2 men helped their father and mother to pile everything into it. When it was full, the van drove away, and the children put on their coats and hats to go with their mother to catch a train to the station. Now we're off, cried Jo. The country, sang Beth. We might see fairies there, said Frannie. The train whistled and chuffed out of the station. The children pressed their noses to the window and watched the dirty houses and the chimneys race by. How they hated the town. How lovely it would be to be in a clean country with flowers growing everywhere, birds singing in the hedges. We might have adventures in the country, said Jo. There'll be streams and hillsides, big fields and dark woods. Oh, it will be lovely. You won't have any more adventures in the country than you will have in the town, said their father. I dare say you will find it all very dull. But that's where he was quite wrong. My goodness, the things that happened to those 3 children. They arrived at last in a tiny station where they were to get out. A sleepy-looking porter put out their 2 bags on a trolley, and he said he would bring them along later. Off they all went, down the winding country lane, chattering loudly. I wonder if we've got a garden, said Frannie. But before they reached their new home, they were tired out and could not bother to say a word more to each other. Their cottage was 5 miles from the station, and as the children's father could not afford to do anything but walk there, it seemed a very long way indeed. There was no bus to take them, so the tired children dragged their feet along, wishing for a glass of warm milk and a cosy bed. At last they got there. Dear me, it was worth all the walk, for the cottage was sweet. Roses hung from the walls, red and white and pink, and honeysuckle. It was all around the front door. It was lovely. The van was at the door, and the 2 men were moving all the furniture into the little house. Father helped, whilst Mother went to light the kitchen stove to make them all a hot drink. They were so tired that they could do nothing but drink hot milk, eat some toast, and tumble into their roughly made beds. Joe looked out of the window, but he was too sleepy to see properly. In 1 minute, the two girls in their small room were asleep, and Joe too, in his even tinier room. What fun it was to wake up in the morning and see the sun shining in strange windows. It didn't take Joe, Beth and Frannie very long to dress. They were out in the little garden, running through the grass that had grown so long and smelling the roses that had grew all around. Mother had cooked eggs for them. They ate their breakfast hungrily. "Oh, it's lovely to be in the country," said Joe, looking out of the window to the faraway hills. "We can grow vegetables in the garden," said Beth. "There will be glorious walks all around," said Frannie. That day, everyone helped to get the little house straight and tidy. Father was going to work the next day. Mother hoped there would be someone to give her washing to do. Then she would make enough money to buy a few hens. That would be lovely.